All righty. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another week with your favorite coaching community, Elevate to Activate. We are here for another day of the challenge. If you don't know, we are doing a 30-day challenge called Elevate to Activate E2A, and we are posting content based on our 30-day transformational guide that you need to
Mhm.
download so you can follow along with the action plan. But
Yeah.
before that, if you don't know who we are, my name is Shanita, and I'm one third of V2A, and I help with your mindset to get you ready to receive all the blessings coming your way. Yes.
Let's
And
go.
then
Let's
we
go.
have
That's right.
Teresa.
Yeah, we have Teresa, and I'm dealing with systems and leadership and investments and things that help you to just further along so that your business does grow in the direction that you want to see it grow. And we also have,
Yo, we got
Dante.
Dante, and what I help out is with crafting your story, helping you build your brand, helping you tell your story to help people connect with you. And
Mhm.
so, with all these elements and tools added together, we created Elevate to Activate because we first believe it starts with the mindset, and then you have to have the tool set, and then a skill set to execute. And so, today we're going to be talking about the day 9 topic. It's
Yeah.
okay to slow down.
Mm.
Yes,
This is good.
sir.
I'm excited to talk about this.
It's yes, because like just like today is an example of how just getting on this call tonight, like
Right.
running back and getting everything yeah, it's timely. But do you want to give some insight when talking about like how the challenge been going for y'all? Like it's been fun for me to kind of switch up my content and give my message in different formats to show my full range of my personality, like comedy and things like that. Just having fun with it.
Girl, I
And
love that potato you put out there. That talking potato. I said, I want to know what
Oh
kind of
yeah, I
sauce
saw
she
that.
that
and
was a Snapchat filter.
you played on both sides of the scene. You were Miss Potato Head talking about whatever she had to say. Why you yourself today? I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
No, she
I
did
love
not do
it.
that. She didn't do
You
that.
can't take
You did.
yourself too serious, right? You got to have fun with what you're doing. And I was just thinking too, like real quick, I've been prepared for this because 2 years ago I did a series on YouTube called My Life in 365, and I recorded video on YouTube
Okay.
every single day for a year. So
Oh,
like
Nice.
this is like ice cream, eating ice cream for me. I can do this.
yes.
But I've been really enjoying it. How about y'all?
I have too. I have too, and especially, I've gotten people involved that would not ordinarily see this
Mhm.
side of me. So I think it is like till we talked about cross pollination and how we're growing our teams and growing our audience and kind of building through. Also, um, sharing things that are very personal.
Mm.
Thinking about what's happening and reflecting on the whole piece. That's been it's been kind of mind opening. The guide has definitely guided me. The prompts
Yeah.
have gotten
I
me
was
thinking.
before we got started talking about your truth that you shared, and it was so powerful. And we may have not known that had we not did this challenge. And so thank you for sharing that deep, like that deep secret. Not just a secret, but a deep
Just
something
a
people don't know about you, but it was powerful. And
thank
I
you.
just even
Wait a
admire
minute.
you
When
even
this
more.
happened, I missed that. When was this?
Oh, the one with her granddaughter in the car.
You did a video on your granddaughter?
No, I'm gonna let you go ahead and share it because you watched it and you're reflecting on it.
Well, yeah. Well, is it okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
It's
Well,
fine.
because okay, so in the video, it was day 7.
They-
Sharon one something people don't know about you. She shared about she lost a son and how she had to basically not want to lose herself as well because she lost a child. And when we see Teresa, we see her as a strong, powerful leader and empowering so many people, but having that kind of heartache, right? Like having that kind of loss and still showing up every day. Like that's just I just admire you so much. Like
Wow, that
even
is
more,
amazing.
and
Definitely need to
I
check that out.
yeah, thank you for sharing that. Thank you just for being you and being and just serving the way you do, despite everything that you've grown through, like just everything. And so yeah, I love working alongside you. Thank you.
And I'm right up underneath you. I'm following.
Oh man. What about you,
Follow.
Dante?
Man, I definitely want to catch that video.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to hear that testimony because that's
It's
always
right on. It's
encouraging.
NETA. I posted it
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah,
yesterday.
got it. You get it.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that is heartfelt because I can't even imagine, you know, what that's like. I've dated people who've lost somebody like a significant other, and that grief kind of goes with them always. But this person
Mm.
is also one of the hardest working persons that I know, and so definitely want to share that video once I see it, kind of just to help encourage. But ultimately, sharing the challenge I think is fun, because it allows you to just keep showing up, and then having a group and a cohort like this where you can be honest, transparent, and have a community that has your back despite differences, I think is the most powerful thing, because sometimes people feel like it's just them, or they feel
Mm-hmm.
like they're not understood, and it takes
Right.
like love. Like the Bible says, love covers multitude of sins. So, it also says no greater life than this than to lay down your life for someone that you love. And so what does it mean to lay down your life? It means showing up. It means sacrifice. It
Yes.
means putting in the time. It means smiling when you want to cry. Sometimes it means crying when you want to cry, but still
Right.
showing up every day, I think is just half the battle. And so just being on this challenge allows that to happen.
So
Yeah.
Dante, let me tell you, let me give your flowers too. I can always count on you to you give the depth that's needed to break the whole connection. So I love that about you. And your content's been great because
Thank you.
it's so intentional. Like you're not just throwing up a video, right? Like you thinking about it. You could tell in your delivery. And
Yeah.
so I've been
I
loving your
appreciate it.
content and I'm happy to be alongside you as well because you are powerful in your own way. And it's just, I love your creativity. Like, can I get some? I love
Thank you.
it.
You got it. You got it. You got
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Total creativity, y'all.
I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, today it's topic 9. Day 9 topic is safe to slow down. It said progress doesn't require panic. Slow is smooth, and smooth becomes strong. And the action step was to delay one task today and use time to rest. It's
Yeah.
safe to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try. Oh, is it safe to slow down?
Let's hear
Well,
about it.
here's the thing. It is safe to slow down certain things so that you can get to something else. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, there's got to be you got to make wise choices. So I think the slowdown is in making the wise choice because what I've started to do since we started this, it's kind of amazing to me. But what I've started to do is there's so many things that I don't get done in a day that need to be done in managing a business and so forth and so on. There's so many things that I'd like to do that I can't get, I can't do because if I do them, then I'm not going to be able to whatever. So how I've been slowing down and how this is coming up for me even right now is that I've now envisioned everything that I do on a table,
Mm.
on this just this private table that's in my imagination. And on that table, I can clearly see all of the things that I need to get through in any given day. And there are at least 100 different things that I need to do, that could be done in any given day. But instead of trying to get overwhelmed and feeling like these tasks are these things that I need to do, these people I need to communicate with, these places I need to be, these bills I need to pay, and whatever it is, I just look at the table and decide what is the next best, highest priority for me to do. Everything else can wait. And what priority will knock out two or three other problems? And so it's almost like a bowling ball. I pick up the priority, the next best, and then everything else needs to wait because you can only do so much. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be quiet, Layla. I'm sorry. Layla's in the room. Anyway, you guys talk to me about yours.
I really like that. I'm just a book. I really like that. It brought up
Yeah.
something for me. A book I read, and I keep this little sticky note. I forgot the name of the book I read, but it had in there which problem once solved is going to make most of my other problems easier to solve or disappear entirely. And that
Mhm.
reminded me of what you're talking about the table and defining what's basically a priority. But that's
Right.
what that
Yeah.
brought up for me. You want to jump in, Dante, and then I can go in after.
No, I think that's amazing. I'm curious to know. I got strange questions. How long is the table? How big is the table? What kind of table? Is this a conference table? No, I'm just playing.
No,
Um,
it's a conference table and everything sits on it.
yeah,
I
Mhm.
love
that's
that.
cool. That's cool.
Having a
That's a
picture in
good
your mind
that's a
like
good
that.
visual. Yeah, that's a good visual. I think somehow we can maybe create something like that, like as an analogy for something we post in this 30 days. A table. Come
Hmm.
sit at the table. I like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Shanita.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So what I was gonna say, it's safe to slow down. It's a season, right? Because I don't want to give people the wrong impression that if you building a business that you're gonna just take days off when you feel like it. But there has to be a system in place because think about when you unplug from social media, when you go back, you feel like you have missed out on the everything. Like it's been a year. It can be a few days. You got inboxes left and right, you got comments, and you coming back to a lot. So slowing down is a priority, and I'm learning that now because I got more gray hair than any of my siblings. And I'm
Mm.
like I'm the middle child, middleish child. And I got all the gray hair. So I'm like, I was today I made a video about time because I don't know. You know how you listen to something one time and then it hits different the fifth time?
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely.
So I watched a video of Myron in an old playlist, and he said that we trading our time for money.
Right.
And
Right.
out of all the books I done read, and I've read that 1,000 times, I'm like, oh my God. Like we get a good maybe 70, 80, 90 years here. And we trading it, 40 hours a week of our life. Alexa. Oh,
As Alexa
You
is
know, Alexa,
her
be quiet.
pet.
I gotta
Alexa.
have alarms left and right. I gotta have alarms.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about time and when we so caught up in everything, like we don't get time to sit down and like really smell the roses, really think about the
Mm,
time we've been granted. Like that's where I'm at in this. It
mm.
like there's a balance and there's work that has to be done, but at the same time, God give us a certain amount of time here. We don't know how much time we have. So when we being so busy and so chaotic and everything happening, like are we taking time to be present with those who are most important to us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes, my kids come here, I'm like, no, like, I love you from far, but it's like, I'm working on this. But at the same time, you look up and they're already 20. My daughter
Uh,
about to be
Yeah.
17 next week. And I'm like, oh my God,
Wow. Wow.
people think I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
still 20. I'm like, thank you, but
Yeah.
I'm not. But,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
Dang.
Dang, Dante, what happened? What?
No, that's just amazing. I think that kind of time there's so much I can speak on with this topic because it's so profound that like there's an analogy. I have so many analogies. One of the analogies though is it's like a black belt, right? So
Mm.
when you first start off in martial arts, you start off as a white belt. That's just what it is. But
Mm,
you get better and better over time until you get to mastery level, and it's black belt. But a
Mhm.
true black belt master will always try to get it back to the wear and tear so much that the black loses its color and it fades to gray and even
mm,
back eventually to white,
Wow.
because there's a
wow.
level of mastery of starting back at the foundation and the basics. And then your story of what you said about your daughter reminded me of this analogy that I also heard, and it was like there was this father and he just worked so hard that he didn't have time for his son, and his son just watched him work. He was a kid. Dad, teach me how to ride the bike. I will, son, but daddy's working. Dad, I'm playing baseball. Teach me how to play baseball. I am, son, but I'm working. Dad, I want to go to the prom and have you come with me to just support. I will, son, but I'm working. He never made it to those
Mm,
events. And it got so bad to the point where when the son was an adult and now the dad was older and had built all his wealth, he's trying to spend time with his son, and now his son is like, Dad, I don't have time because I'm working. Hey son, I want to spend time with you and the grandkids. I don't have time because I'm with my family. Hey son, I want to do this.
Mm.
Hey dad, I don't
Work.
have time. And so that
Wow.
actually does cycle over. And then
Mm,
just this past Sunday, the pastor, or actually like 2 Sundays ago, the pastor preached on visions aligning based off of what's the primary and what's
mm,
the priority and what's the secondary. So the
Right.
priority is, we already know the priorities, right? Like it's the non-negotiables. Obviously,
mm.
we're not trying to live out on the street and be homeless, so paying bills. Priority is health, or it should be, hopefully.
Right.
Um, Another priority is just breathing in air. Like that's the only way to live. Like
Here.
you can't go
Here.
around holding your breath. And so
Right.
there's your
Right.
priorities and then there's secondaries. Now, what are secondaries? Secondaries can be things that we make priorities. And lastly, but least, because I always got to give it to a true biblical scripture, the Bible talks about Mary and Martha. And Mary was at the feet of Christ, spending time soaking up his words, while Martha was in the kitchen, her sister, busying herself with tasks, events,
Mm,
balloons, cooking, setting up. And she got so frustrated at her sister that she actually came and told Christ, like, tell my sister to come in here and help me because we have all of this preparation to do. And
Mm,
Christ said, Martha, why do you busy yourself while Mary is doing the right thing? You struggle with the wrong thing. And lastly, but
mm.
least, my coach Carter, he would always tell me, you got to let something stay in the cooker. And he gave it a cake as an analogy. When you bake a cake and you have all the ingredients and you put it in the oven, it can smell like it's ready. It can smell like and rise. It looks like, oh my gosh, like I'm ready to take this cake out. When you take the cake out before it's time, it deflates. And it was almost like a waste of time. And so I think slowing down is a deep level of wisdom because,
Yes.
like the black belt analogy, you want to get to mastery, but once you get to mastery, you want to master a way that is identifying what's your priority versus secondaries.
Just give it
So
up
look at
for him.
Simone.
Just give it. Look,
right.
Simone, she over there like, yes, okay. Yes.
Yes.
He said that's a deep level like wisdom, like that part. That's so
Mhm.
true because while the world is so busy with it, so much information, so many things to plug into, so many new AI, like everything, it's
Too
like
much.
nonstop. When you
Mhm.
could
Yeah.
stand there and you can take a pause, right? To slow down and know what it is what you want. Like that makes you different. There's
Yeah.
this movie, we're ever seen World War Z,
Mm-mm.
Yes.
and you know the scene with the sick kid with the cancer. And he stood in the crowd of zombies. They ran past him. He bent
Yeah.
down. Like
Yeah.
that's him. That's symbolic. That's like that's what I'm thinking
Ooh,
about.
that's
Like that
good.
part.
That's
Yeah.
good.
He
That's
bent down.
good.
See, I never seen that. It was like a thousands of zombies, and they only
Yeah.
like wanted like fresh, bodies or whatever.
They
And
missed
this,
them.
yeah, the kid was
Yep.
sick. And he just went like this, like that. He just covered his ears and bent down.
Yeah.
And that's how
That's a good
that's how we have to
visual.
be, especially when you can start having anxiety. Like, you know how they say your environment that you in it resembles what's in your mind. So if your environment a mess, your desk a mess, your room a mess, that's kind of going on up
Yeah.
here as well.
Yeah.
When you been again to clear the clutter, I had to do that today. Like my desk was a hot mess. I had notes everywhere. And I'm like, Shanita, girl, you can't work like this because what is my mind is cluttered, right? It's so many moving parts.
Mm.
So I think this is really, really important. And it's something we have to think about like constant. It has to be a priority, especially if you have a family, right? Now,
Mm.
I'm grateful that I did walk away from just over broke, right? Because I feel like for
Come
me,
on,
my kids get
job.
to they get to they get to see me. I get to be
Yeah.
home with them and they get to see this. So when they get older, they'll remember these moments. And
Yeah.
so, what about y'all? When you think about the family, so business it affects everybody, not just us, right? How does that work with family life. And when you think about slowing down, how do you think about your family and how that benefits them as well, not just your clients?
Ooh, that is a so it was a really, as I so my family is mostly everybody's grown, right?
Mhm.
But I've been doing what I do, and I haven't worked for anybody else since 1997. So, at that time, in the 80s and 90s, I was having 80s, 90s, and 2000s, I was having babies, and I had eight. So, um, the reason why I wanted to be um, independent and owning my own life in terms of what I do is because I had children. And I wanted those children to be able to if I needed to get up and do something, I could get up and do it because I was running my own shift. But my kids will tell you that I was very focused and that I didn't do any of the additional mothering tasks as a traditional mother. I mean, until after I was done with my work. So what I did was I hired in, I'm not saying everybody needs to do this, somebody to take my place. I
Yeah.
had somebody to cook, somebody to clean. I had a set of four younger kids, four older kids. I made the older kids take care of the younger kids, and we just had a system. We just had a
Mhm.
system. Um, yeah, and mostly I would get up in the morning and take care of get the kids out, which would give me as much time as I could. But since I was still having babies, I always had at least two at home.
Yeah.
So
On the hip.
and
Yep.
yeah, on the head, on the tit, on the back, on the stomach, whatever. I always had about two, at home. My children, though, I incorporated them, and I drove either a Trailblazer with an 8-passenger vehicle or a minivan, and in my opinion, it was okay for my children with activities to be in the back of the vehicle
Mhm.
doing their activities while I'm out here showing this house. They
Yeah.
just
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talk about a
not
go
Yes.
getter.
do not
Yes.
come out of the car. So now my logo on my business, the logo is a little girl, that's Olivia, who's now 21, pulling herself up, looking through the window
Wow.
because that's what used to happen. So I
Wow.
tried to do my best.
Teresa.
I
Oh my
incorporated my
God.
kids. It got so bad that I was at a closing with with
Mhm.
somebody, and I'd bring the baby basket and set it on the table with the baby in it and let
Wow.
them go ahead and close. And then somebody said to me, now I ain't seen this man in 2 years. He's like, is that the same baby I saw the last time? I said, I don't think so because that one is two, and this one is 6 months still in the thing.
Mind your business, sir. Okay.
No,
So
I don't
Wow.
think so.
yeah, I mean, it was so I became
I
known
love
as
it.
the lady who brought her babies to the closing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you
but it
got to
makes
That's
respect that
amazing.
tenacity. Yeah, I think it's different to watch a mother work that hard for a son personally, because now I want to make sure my mom doesn't have to work that hard. I
Yeah.
think every young boy, I can't speak to women, but I know for young boys, we want to give back to our moms because we do see our moms go above and beyond. There's no Mother's Day. There's no amount of rewards or awards that can be given to the sacrifice of a mother's love. So that is amazing.
yeah.
Wow. Look
But
at,
it's
I
different
mean,
today, though. It's
wow.
different today. I'll tell y'all that. It's very different today. I know, and let me just say this: the reason why it's different today is because I'm married for the last 8 years to the same man,
Mhm.
and for him to see how much work I'm putting in, how much time I'm putting in, it is difficult. It's difficult for him to understand why am I always, on? Why am I always on? It makes him feel like, he's not the priority. That's the
Uh,
way he gets into that mindset. So, but he just got his schedule all like whatever.
yeah,
Schedule's now worse than mine. So I had to make a list this morning, 4 a.m., which is when he leaves, about how we're going to find our time. So I
yeah,
just think it's planning and,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Thank
good.
you for
That's
sharing that.
good. Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually. I'm glad you brought that
I
up.
want to kind of expound on that. Actually, I think Dante
Yeah.
do too. About our
I'm
partners
listening.
in life, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to be the mindset that we had to be the same. We had to be ambitious, go get us together. But I learned that everybody is different, and sometimes your partner is what you need. Also, what you want to give you more what you need because. I too understand that, where it's like, oh, you don't have time for me, but like I'm in my prime. It's time for me to go, you know? So, but I get it. So there has to be like a balance, but at the same time, what we doing, we sacrificing. We're gonna sacrifice something. We're gonna sacrifice when we working for somebody else. We're gonna have to sacrifice this way as well, but we gotta enroll them in a vision to make sure like I'm doing this for us. So let's talk about that because your partner in life is really important. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that while my husband understands like I'm on, like he knows kind of person I am. He is his own person, but he invests in me because he believes in the things that I'm doing. Right.
Mhm.
So y'all know I left the job in June, but all the coaching I'm in, he's been he's been paying for that because he
Right.
believes in me. So
Mhm.
while I'm working and doing everything I'm doing, he's helped me a lot with family life. Like I hire cleaners to come help because I can't clean the house and cook and do everything I'm doing. Like there
Mhm.
has to be it's safe to slow down. It got to be kept some balance. So I do hire out cleaning.
Me too.
Then
Yeah.
let me get a housekeeper and it's on. Let me get a was it a
Yeah.
babysitter? No,
I
babysitter,
know I
no.
had a
A
nanny. I had a
nanny.
nanny.
A
But
nanny. I
but
would love to have a nanny.
Yeah, but see, what provided for the nanny was the fact that I was earning. I wasn't a
Yeah.
wage earner. After a while, it took me 5 years or from 1994 to 1997, so 4 years to get out of the wage earner situation. And so I did two things at once
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
order to get out of the wage earner situation. But once I broke free of the wage earner trap, then
Yeah.
you have to set all that up. That
Mhm.
bridge took me to money that was big enough for me to have that, you know? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
and then to hire an assistant and all kind of other people in order so that I could grow. So
Yeah.
I had to, I was coached even in those days. And
Mhm.
just to throw some numbers out there, like when I worked at the bank, I in the 90s, I made maybe 50,000, not guaranteed, but if I hit their numbers and whatever as a banker, then I might make 50,000. But then when I got into my career, being in my business, then somebody coached me and took me from 50 to 100 in 6 months. So that
Come
was
on
the
with the
thing.
double.
When I got to that $8,333 a month in 98, 99, then I knew at that point that I could break free from the trap, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. But
Yes.
then in 2003, I got a coach that taught me and showed me how to, um, think smarter, put the strategies in, systems, and all that. And I'll
Mhm.
never forget that coach opening up my mind to things that I didn't even think about. I thought, the numbers I was getting was good. In order to hire the first assistant so that I could focus on the things that I do best, I had to raise those numbers because she got to get paid. So,
Mhm.
anyway, ended up hiring her. Those numbers at the time when I hired her, you have to know your numbers. $14,400 a month in 2003. That allowed me to change life a little bit and do things a little bit better. So, and with one assistant, when you get people and you get some help and support, so you can slow down, they should be making you a lot more efficient. And
Yeah.
that's what my assistant did, because as soon as she got on board and started to understand, we went from 14 to 19 to 22 to, and one time, listen, July of 2025, or July 15th, July of 2005, no, July of 2005. She and I together, two black women with 10 women between us, did $47,963 in 1 month. We knew everybody was lying to us about money.
Yeah.
They was lying to us because we ain't working that hard. We got kids in the car. I got to stop and nurse somebody. We got to, we doing McDonald's for the
Wow.
dinner, running, but we was like, we know somebody lying because we
Yeah.
can do more.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Wow. That's so good.
I
just
I
stuff
think
about
that goes into what the name of this group is, though. Elevate to activate.
yes,
It really it ties in. Like, it sounds cool because it is cool. But it's more than just a cool saying. It really is a mindset transitioning. I mean, you're fighting up against a system where you've been trained to, go to school, get good
good
grades, then
grade.
get a job, then get married, and then retire, and that
No, save till you
training
retire. Save for 40 years and
for
then forget how
401k.
to live, forget how to
Until you
drink.
find out you don't have enough at retirement
And
and
then
end
Right,
up at Walmart.
when you finally
right.
take the retirement out, it's going to
Yeah.
get chopped. It's going to get
Yeah.
Oh,
chopped
all the
because it's
way.
not
All
taxed.
the way. And so, really it's elevating the way you've been programmed and then reprogramming it. And I love that you tapped into the relationships and then also coaching and mentorship, because if it
Oh,
wasn't for having an aligned relationship, and if it isn't for having somebody coach you to even know, to think, to get help, to hire an assistant, to
right.
know your numbers, then you wouldn't have been able to grow. And that was the same thing for me. I didn't raise my prices because I'm like, man, I can do this, I can do that, until I got help. When bigger jobs came up and I could not, literally could not do it, it was like, well, let me get somebody. And then that somebody helped me get another person. And the next thing you know, I'm able to take on bigger roles and bigger jobs because of having a team to
Or
really help and support. Exactly. And then now, because of the team, I'm confidently able to ask for certain numbers, because it ain't just me that's got to eat,
yeah,
it's my team that's
Yeah.
got to eat as well. And they're coming
Yeah.
with a work ethic of, this isn't an hourly mindset, this is a project mindset. We don't stop until you win,
right,
type of
Yeah.
mindset. And
right.
so now you're paying a premium because of that level of dedication and white glove service. And
Mm.
I think when you allow yourself to trust, to have somebody to help you,
Right.
Mm.
um
Yeah.
that that what I heard when you guys talk about partnership and you're talking about hiring somebody on, I really hear this bridge of trust, which goes into the
Yes.
video that we did earlier, the topic of, like, you don't get confidence from approval, you get confidence from alignment. So it's easy
Yeah.
to have a partner trust you and say,
Yep.
I'm gonna financially support you on your coaching calls and your dreams, because I already trust you. So you don't need my approval to do something. It's
Come
already aligned.
on.
Here is the
So,
love,
Come
easily.
on.
Same when
and,
it
and, and
goes
that and that
into,
and nobody does it by themselves.
yeah,
That is the
Exactly.
thing that we got to recognize. We need team. We need community. We need the relationships. Nobody does this by themselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not taking it to the hill. You are going to have calamity and problems and
yeah,
situations, economic issues. So you
yeah,
have to build these relationships around you and grow through them. And the
yes,
truth is that somebody's going to represent you in the highest form. Even if they're
yeah,
not in
Mm.
your daily business, they're going to hand you carefully to the person that could take you to the next level, and then love on that so that we can grow, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I like what
Wow.
you said about carefully taking somebody to the next level, because relationships and doing it together does require skill. It
Mm.
requires the
Yeah.
communication skill.
Mm,
And no matter how much you might want to get the help, if you're lashing out or like a thorn, not being willing to have the skill set to communicate, it is going to be a struggle. So I think if people feel like, man, I'm struggling to grow in this level or grow past the level we have achieved, it does go back into leadership skill, first of self, then of mindset, and then of just
That
leveraging. Yeah.
you
yeah,
said leadership to self, right? That is the most critical part because it's a domino effect. When you can lead self and then you understand that you can get a coach, you can plug into a system
right.
because if you can do it already, it would have already been done. If you knew how to go to the
Yeah.
next level, you'd already done it, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
So it's important to plug into a system like E2A. Like y'all
Yeah.
understand why, like we coming from all walks of life. Do y'all hear what we talking about? Like, is
Yeah.
it like, oh my God. And so like this community is something that's if you think about everything that we experience in life, it's a culmination of everything that we got here in this moment. I just think
mm,
about my experiences and us being able to help who we help and how we help them. I just think it's important that we trust, right? Like we trust each other. Yes. We trust
Yeah.
yeah. Y'all trust me?
yes, yes,
I trust
yes,
y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, just
yes.
making sure. Okay, so we trust each other.
Yes.
So thank you, Simone.
Simone,
Come on.
Simone in
So
the
it's
background.
important that
Sorry,
y'all we
yeah. Sorry, I'm
the
here
tr-
though. Yeah.
yes, that the trust that is woven through everything that we do, through every piece of content that comes from E2A, every interaction. And so plug into this system. I'm telling y'all, you may think like, oh, y'all starting out now, but this is going to just grow because
It's gonna grow.
the impact is gonna grow. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna grow. And I just want people to understand that everything we're talking about tonight, like you may not be at the level where you can, hire out, delegate things yet, but you kind of master the desire that you can begin
Yeah.
implement that.
Got it
You can be
first.
a wage owner. Listen, I was a wage earner, and I
Yep,
was
me
already
too.
in housekeeping because
Yeah.
I was exposed already to network marketing. I was exposed to business already. I was already exposed.
That
So once your mind
exposure is
stretch,
so important. Yeah.
You
once your
can't
mind
untouch it.
stretched, you can't unstretch, you can't unsee it. I saw it already. So
That's
you can be
good.
a wage
Okay,
owner,
I
a
saw it.
wage, yeah, a wage earner, and you can start doing like taking small actions, maybe hiring a VA and training them, like hiring somebody on Facebook. Like there's different things you can do. So just maybe we can get some tips on how somebody can begin to slow down, even if they're not at the level where they can be able to walk away from their, job and invest in a coach yet, or invest in like full housekeeping, all that good stuff. What
Mhm.
could they do now?
Well, it's setting priorities, really. I
Really.
mean,
Yeah.
that's it. You just set priorities. I think, especially in the African American community, that our role has been predominantly consumerism, right?
Yes.
We spend more money per capita on the things that we want to that make us feel like we're,
Look
whatever.
rich. Mm,
Yeah, we want to look good. So, and that's just ingrained in us. It's been trained in us, um, because we've been so dismissed. There's been a
Hmm.
lot of dismissiveness in our community, and we're always trying to pull ourselves up. So it makes it very difficult to not want to, present well so that we put on the best face. However, we've got to understand that consumerism is taking our money. It's not circulating. I think we talked a little bit about circulation. So we've got to make some very intentional decisions about how we are using our resources. And it's good to look good, but you also got to have something to back it up, right?
Yeah.
yes.
And I'm just saying, I had to choose. Like, I did not go out and buy designer clothes or any of that because I wanted the housekeeper, because I wanted the nanny in my house to take care of my
Hmm.
kids. And because I had that, I had the time, the freedom, the ability to be able to create more resources so that eventually I could get that,
Yeah.
Hmm.
if I want to look good let's say I need to pull up because of the nature of the business, I need to pull up in a Benz or whatever. Now, lo and behold, I'm not going out. I'm gonna get a Benz, but I ain't going out and buying no new one.
Right, right, yeah.
I'm gonna go pull some money. I had to go get one, but I went and pulled some money out of an account that I had some money in, and then I borrowed against my own money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then paid my own money back to the account that I pulled the money out of. So
Yeah.
it's
Talk
trying.
about strategy. Oh my god.
Yes, yes. So the money that it cost me for this used Benz that looks cute, it's real cute, but
Uh-huh.
that money is still sitting in my bank account. It's just on hold until I pay it back.
Ah, so we borrowed the money, we put the head of money in that account, we borrowed against that account.
Yes.
Okay. And
And
you
then we
pay
pay it
yourself
back.
back the payments.
Yeah, when I make the payments back as I'm paying it down,
Mhm.
the account just goes back up.
Ah. And
Man,
that was
that's
from a
awesome.
coach? I mean, you learned that from a coach?
Honey, I'm financial.
That sound like Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, I'm a
That oh,
financial, that
okay.
these MBAs and AAs and BAs all in this is all right here. So
Come
I've had all
on.
that training. So, but I've been
Wow.
coach for 35 years. So
Yeah. That's a big issue I mean, that's a video all in itself. I mean, the
we got to get off the
consumerism, but
consumerism.
yeah, we got to
That's
make choices. And that's why we got to make content so they can see us because you don't know who's watching you. They may be at
Oh
home
yeah.
getting ready to shake their credit card on Amazon. But like, oh my
no.
God, E2 said don't spend that. We ain't gonna spend that. Right. Like they need to see us because there's so many people that have to be freed up. And unfortunately, they may not have somebody in their life to say, hey, like, that's not a wise choice.
So you
And
can freeze
so
it. You can
we could be that for them.
You can
Yeah.
take your credit cards and literally tell my clients that need to get control to take their credit cards and put them in the freezer in a container
Oh
of
wow.
water and block of ice them in the freezer so that
Ah.
they are not tempted to go and pull the cash out that you are going to spend every day, put it in a little Ziploc bag so you're making right choices. Then as you take the $20 and the $40 and the $60 out, put the receipts in there so you can go back and look at. You've got to become aware of your habits.
Man, that's good. What you measure is what grows, that just like what you
Yes.
put into your mouth.
Mhm.
I love what you shared about again, just having the priorities. It made me actually think of this book that I'm reading, of course, the Dr. Miles Monroe. It's called Overcoming
Yes.
Yeah,
Crisis.
yeah.
Overcoming
Ah.
Crisis. And one of the things he talks about in Overcoming Crisis, one of the first things is I have it highlighted. He mentions greed. Um, when the United States Congressman asked a spokesperson of the Federal Reserve what caused the meltdown of 2007, when we had talked about that,
Mhm.
his answer contained a very biblical word, greed. He said that when the people in charge become greedy, they plant the seeds for the collapse of the very economic system they think they can use to their advantage.
Mhm.
And so, what is greed? Greed is the mismanagement of resources for personal benefit, coupled with a disregard for the benefit of others.
Mm.
Um, you
Yeah.
know, it's very
Now.
marketing. Yeah,
Very
it
now.
is. Yes, and this was published in 2000 and
It's big.
um,
It's very always.
Yeah.
it's always there. It's published in 2009. Um,
Ah.
Making choices from non-emotional basis is very important, but you have to be very intentional to listen and want more and want better. You said one of the things is that we like to buy things to look nice or feel nice, right? And that
Mhm.
can be a useful principle, but not if it gets out of control.
Right.
um I love the extreme measures of even putting something in the freezer. I mean, to go that extreme, it's like you're really fighting for this. And
Mhm.
and what you're fighting against is again programming.
Yeah.
Marketing is so huge. When Burger King said, "Have it your way,"
Mhm.
so did
Yeah.
everybody else. You deserve this, you deserve
Yeah.
that. I mean, these are marketing subliminal tactics to tell yourself, even though I need to take care of my responsibilities, I
Right.
deserve a day off. And I think that was the hesitation initially in the beginning of Zoom was like, hey, we're not saying slow down to and stop paying attention to responsibilities.
Right.
No, it's really slow down to make decisions of, will this delayed gratification or this impulsive purchase help me with my initial goal or my priority?
Yeah.
So having a goal will help you align yourself to the leadership you need to be. So you really have to ask yourself, what is your goal? Because if your goal is to get to $10,000 a week or $10,000 a day or $10,000 an hour, what things are priority to make that happen versus secondary?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's so good.
there are, this is where we need to slow down, right?
Mhm.
And look at what's on the table, and then
Yep.
make some decisions, and choose carefully, choose wisely, because that is how you prioritize. You've got to decide, is this what I want, or is this what I want? Which one is going to, you only have a limited number of hours in the day, a limited number of
Mhm.
hours in the week. You've got to make really stellar choices in order not to see the same thing happening the following week.
So true. I think that before you can have a goal and to lay things out on the table, you gotta have vision first.
Oh,
Because if you don't know where you're ultimately going, you could be going, you can have goals, they not may not align with where you decide you want to be at. And
right,
Mm,
so you gotta have vision first. And a lot of people don't take time to really think about that. When you ask somebody, what do you really want? And can you describe it? Can you taste it? Can you smell it? Like they can't do that because they haven't took the time to really envision what it looks like for them in the next 2 years, next 5 years. And it's really
right,
important to see
that's
the picture clear in your mind
right.
before
so
you have
important.
goals so you can work backwards. And once you understand that, then you can start seeing, is my actions aligned to what I say I want? Let me talk about this real quick. Every opportunity is not a good opportunity when you understand your vision. Okay.
Man,
So you may think that
Sound
you
like
preach.
all money ain't good money.
yeah, all
Come
all
on.
money and all opportunities not good for you, right? Based on what you want. So it's you need
Yep.
to have vision because say for instance, if you have a goal to say you want to make $10,000 and you want to do that by say maybe producing books, and
Right,
someone approaches you with the opportunity to go and be a teacher at a jail or something like that, right? Like you gotta be able to have a vision and say, is this gonna put me closer to my goal here, or will it not? You have to be able to
Mm,
compare against what it is that you're doing and what you want. And so vision, capital V, put on your head like Superman.
yeah.
You gotta have vision first. And
Yeah.
mhm,
so before you get busy and when you slow down, like the other day, it was about taking like relaxing a moment off or whatever. Like take a time off and think about what does Dante really want? What does Teresa really want? What does
right,
Simone really want? What does Facebook really want? And then work backwards because
right,
Yeah.
time is of
Begin with
the
the end in
essence.
mind.
Like
mhm.
time, like I don't know if y'all realize this, but it felt like when you had kids, time just goes. I
Oh,
mean,
and let me tell y'all something. The older you get, the
yeah,
faster it moves, and y'all don't even know it yet. But it's going
I
to
Man.
be
feel
like
it.
you're gonna do two turns like this, and then
Hmm.
you're gonna be like 50. You're like,
Yeah.
what happened? Where did the time
Yeah.
go? Then you're gonna
Yeah.
do two more turns, and you'll be like 65. I go, oh, I
Where
said,
did it go? Like, where did
what
time
happened?
go?
Like last week, I promise y'all, about about 2 months ago, I was 15.
Okay. Okay. Listen,
But
listen.
what
That's the
happened was,
truth.
I don't know. What had happened was,
She said, I don't know. I
Listen.
blinked and
What's that movie? I want to hit my red shoes. What's that movie? The Red Shoes with the girl and
Wizard
she
of
had a
Oz?
Wizard of Oz. Like take me back
Wizard
to
of
20,
Oz?
Lord. I want to be 21 again. Like
you know what,
Yeah.
going
y'all? I
so
actually, I
fast.
actually don't. I actually don't. I didn't think
Yeah.
about it.
Those are some tough days, huh?
That was some. It was just not the knowledge and the wisdom. There's a trade off as you get older, y'all.
There
There's a trade
is.
off as you
Yeah.
get older. You get the knowledge, you get the wisdom. You also get the gratitude because a lot of people don't make it out of their 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of my best friends are not here on earth now.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
I mean, and they just don't make it out of their 50s. Something happens, cancer, whatever, 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 just
Mhm.
life. happens. Speaking of which, I do want to acknowledge because I have a trainer. I get coached in everything. I get voice coaching, training coaching, everything's coached, right? So that I can efficiently get through it because the resource that we don't have is time. So
Right.
I don't have time to go through every iteration. I need to get to things happening. But my trainer has been training me 4 days a week since January. Her I just, I want to just put some prayers out there for her because her um grandson's mother committed suicide. And
Wow.
Her grandson's
A
mother.
grandson's mother.
right, so this is her
Wow.
son's girlfriend.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow. Mhm.
And I don't know if it was, it's just it's been a it's been a very challenging week in that that's kind of why I was triggered
Mhm.
with the question that was asked yesterday on day 8 to speak to how do we get through this, because now we have a motherless child,
Hmm.
Mm.
and we have the extraordinary burden. Like, the story doesn't matter at this point, the mother's not here, you
Yeah.
know so this is one of the reasons why every day matters, every hour matters, every
Hmm.
moment matters. We've got to honor, because people can get triggered for no reason and then not be able to kind of get themselves through it. And when I
Mm.
left that message, when I spoke to my granddaughter while we're driving trying to get that video together, I mean, I meant it. When my son passed, I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to face it. I didn't I It was blame, shame, you know, a non-reality type of a feeling, heartache, like you just want to cry from sun up to sundown. You don't understand, why is this happening to me? You know, it's that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So it's happening all over the world at any given moment. And we're not exempt. We don't know.
Yeah.
Only God is the author of the first breath and the last breath.
Yeah. That's
He is
it.
the author.
That's
So
it.
Mhm. Mm.
just
That's
like
it.
there now is, whatever you're deciding, decide to do it now. Whatever you're planning, don't hesitate. Don't waste any time. Don't care what, don't look left, don't look right. Get on your
Yeah.
Yeah.
path and purpose
Yeah.
and
Oh
mission,
Mm.
man.
vision.
So sorry to hear that about
Mm.
the mother, and definitely praying
Yeah.
Beautiful woman.
for
Saw
the
her every
Mhm.
day.
family. Yeah, definitely praying for
Wow.
the family. You know
Mm.
that you said something, Shanita, that just you need to have a vision before you can even have a goal, and to
Yeah.
really taste, feel, and really sense the vision that you're in. And it's funny because I was
Mm.
listening to a podcast this morning, early
Mhm.
this morning while I was working out, and he said something critical as well. He said you can have a vision, but you don't rise to the level of your vision. He said you will always fall to the level of your plan. And
Mm,
so I also want to encourage you guys to have a plan to stay on task for your vision. And as you said,
Mm.
if
That's
you
good.
have a goal to be an author that makes 10K, then going to be a teacher at a correctional facility is not part of the plan, and you have to say no. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so say no to the things that don't align with the plan. Our plan is to build an online business that allows coaching and teaching and training to become
Yep.
part of our income stream. So this aligns with the plan because it is building the skill set, the reps, and the knowledge on how to do something out of the mud, but also on how to use our experiences and our talent to help people elevate to activate. And so
Mhm.
that way, our message can stop somebody from making a detrimental decision of taking their life, feeling like they have no hope. And instead,
Yes.
our content, by doing what it is that we're supposed to be doing, we're actually impacting people. And by not doing what we're supposed to be doing, we're slowing down the blessing that somebody
Yes.
needs to hear from you, Teresa, from you, Shanita, from you, Simone.
Come
Like, it
on.
takes boldness from yesterday to live boldly, but slow down long enough to know what is your vision, make a plan for it, and then take action on it.
That's
Just
y'all, that's it for tonight.
that just
That's it. That's
filled
it.
me all the way up.
I
Wow.
hope y'all been listening. I
Oh
hope you
man.
see this.
I
I hope
Tonight
have,
has
that
been
I
amazing.
have,
Come on, Simone.
I have. Thank you all. Kind of. The only thing I would like to share, man. If you gotta go, baby, what you doing? Okay. So reality. So thank you. And I hope like y'all can hear me. Um,
Yes.
the only thing I just want to share is that you do have to slow down. I need to slow down so my mind can slow down so I can hear correctly. I can hear the most high of what
Mm.
needs. So and then you got to slow down to hear the vision or see it, right? Um, and I had to slow down with just the 24 hours is, I don't know how many seconds, you know what I mean? But I just, if you do not have a quiet mind, I don't think nothing else can. Sorry, I didn't. Just a quiet mind will do the body good. I just wanted to say that. And it does it has a chain reaction as well. You can when you slow down, you can okay, let me not so speed up. Okay, let me think. Oh, you know what? I need to go left today. So that's the only thing I just wanted to say. But I'm so sorry for that family's loss. And
yes,
New Angel being game. But tonight was another gym session, and thank you.
yeah.
All right.
Well, we're so thankful to have
Oh,
you, Simone. And
Yes.
I'll see
Oh
you
no,
Thank
next
you.
I want to be here. That's the difference.
I
Yeah.
Yes.
love
Yeah.
that.
Glad to
I
Wow.
have you
I
here.
need to be here. I want to. I don't know which one is greater, the need or the want. The need probably because the bank account ain't reflected.
Yeah.
But thank you. But
Yeah.
thank you all.
Yeah. And the bank
Wow.
account will grow. It really does grow when you align with the priorities.
Yeah.
It does. It
Mhm.
really does. So I
Yeah.
thank you all so much. Thank you, Shanitha. Thank you, Teresa, for continuing to show up. Thank you, Simone, for joining the group and sharing your truth as well. And I just thank those that are listening and that will tune in into the future and in right now are on the recordings. Thank you for giving us your time and your attention. I hope this
Yeah.
blessed you. I hope it continues to help you elevate your mind so you can activate into your greatness.
All right.
Yes.
We'll
All
see you next
right.
week, same
See y'all
time.
in the community.
All right.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Good
Bye.
Peace.
night, y'all.
Have a good night.
All right.